Hey you guys, it's TopicBricks here. Welcome to another video. In today's video we're going to be ranking all of the LEGO Harry Potter Hogwarts castle sets ever made. In the last 22 years of LEGO Harry Potter, LEGO Harry Potter has released 22 different Hogwarts castle sets, so it's quite fitting. But on this tier list we have got polybags to game boards, we have got Hogwarts expansion sets, we have got portrayed complete Hogwarts castle sets, we've got gift of purchases, we have got them all on this tier list. I have to put it together because this tier list doesn't exist, but I'm going to link this tier list down below in the description, so if you guys want to have a go and send me your list on Instagram or Discord, you are free to do so. So let's rank these. Obviously we have got S, A, B, C, D for the tiers. I'm going to be ranking them objectively and trying to take out a lot of the bias on, reminiscing from early memories of building these sets, and just going to be ranking them on how good these sets are. So let's start with the 2022 Hogwarts Castle Polybag. As a polybag, I think it's really cool because you can buy 8 of these sets and build a bigger micro-scale version of what the build is in the polybag. It's not worth the $40 to do that, by the way, but we do get a unique minifigure, so I'm not going to put it in D. Obviously, it's a very small build, so it's not going to be high up, but it's definitely a solid C tier, potentially a B tier. I mean, it's a good set, but again, it's a £3 set, so it's hard to really rank that highly. We then have the 2011-2010 game board. I think as a game board, it works. I think this was only about a $30-40 set, and it's hard to really hate on this set because it's trying to be a game board, and in its execution it manages that, and it's not really fair to compare a gaming set, because this is obviously a game board, to a UCS $400 Hogwarts castle set. It's just not a fair comparison. So I'm going to put it in C tier and be done with it. Then we have the 2007 Hogwarts Castle set. We'll do the first edition first. Let's have a look at the first edition Hogwarts Castle set from 2001. This was the only Hogwarts Castle set which had yellow flesh-coloured skin tones, and it's going to go in B tier. For me personally, this is an S tier set, just to make clear, but as an actual build, comparing it to the build quality of all these other sets, it's definitely in the middle. It actually used paper card pieces to make up the roofs and stuff, so it's definitely not going too high, but B tier is definitely a fair placement for this set. We'll have a look at the second edition Hogwarts Castle, which was the 2004 version. This is S tier for me. And the reason why is because this was released nearly 20 years ago now, in 2004. That's 18 years ago. This had motorization functions which, modern LEGO Harry Potter sets, even the recent Hogwarts Express set, don't have. This set was really ahead of its time. It had a motorized swinging pendulum, it had a motorized moving clock, and it had a motorized gate which could go up and down, which is really, really cool. And the set wasn't that substantial. It was definitely a lot smaller than the other Hogwarts Castle sets around its time, but it's definitely S tier for those motor functions. Then we have the 2007 Hogwarts Castle set, the third edition. This is going to go in between an A tier. It's definitely better than the 2001 version. This set comes with the most expensive LEGO Harry Potter minifigure of all time, which is Professor Umbridge, who is exclusive to this set and is worth $100 alone. This is a very expensive set, but like I say, it's better than 2001 for sure. It's definitely a more substantial Hogwarts Castle set, but it's definitely not as good as the 2004 version, in my opinion. It didn't come with any sort of motor functions, but it came with a sizable greenhouse. It came with just more Hogwarts. It was definitely a bigger castle, but again, the execution and the care taken into consideration for the motor functions and stuff, it's not there. So it's going to go in A tier. Then we're going to have a look at the 4th edition Hogwarts Castle, and to me, this is the best Hogwarts Castle set, or at least best Hogwarts Castle play set ever made, because it's the most complete in this one set, which was I think $120 or £100. We got the watchtower, we got the library, we got the room of requirement, we got the trophy room, we got Dumbledore's office, we got the Great Hall, we got the Slytherin common room, we got the Gryffindor common room, we got the Owlery, we got like suits of armor. We got so much of Hogwarts in this playset, it was unreal. And we got 10 minifigures, I believe, and it was just a really good deal for that £100, $120, even back in the day. And even considering and taking into account inflation, it's still a good deal. And I'm looking to buy it secondhand quite soon, but we'll have to see if any good deals pop up on Bricklink. Then we have this gift of purchase. This gift of purchase, I'm going to put it in B. I do have a problem with this because there are no unique parts in the set, nor unique minifigures. So you can basically go on Bricklink and part out this set for cheap, which it doesn't feel that substantial as a gift of purchase. And it's basically the same for where's the staircase on here? There it is. It's the same for this staircase, which I'll put ahead of the other gift of purchase, the Gryffindor dorms. This one doesn't come with any unique minifigure nor unique parts either, but we do get a unique sticker sheet. So based on that, I'm going to put it one ahead of the Gryffindor dorms, because the Gryffindor dorms didn't even come with any unique stickers either. Then we have the 2018 UCS styled Hogwarts Castle, the microscale. This has to go in S, but where does it go in S is the question. I'm going to leave it there, which sounds stupid because this surely should be at the top because it's the most grand Hogwarts Castle set. I just think I prefer the play sets. I prefer having a load of minifigures. I think that's the appeal of sets like Diagon Alley, is it encompasses the grandeur of having a massive sort of set, but we also get a ton of minifigures. I know we get minifigures in the set, but we only get 4 of them. But it's it's sort of a niche set at its micro scale. It's at a different scale than the rest of these sets on this tier list. But it's definitely an S tier set, but I'm not sure if I love it enough to put it right at the top to beat some of these classic Hogwarts Castle sets. Not yet anyway, maybe in 5-10 years time I will. Then we have the expansion to the 4th edition Hogwarts Castle, which was the Battle of Hogwarts set. This was the only Hogwarts Castle set based on the Deathly Hallows Part 2. And I think I'm going to put it... Yeah, I'm going to say it's better than the 2001 version. I think this was a $50 set and we got some unique minifigures. The actual bridge section could blow up, which was really cool. I remember we got a Sprout, we got a Lupin, and it was a really cool little set to go along with your 2010 Hogwarts Castle set because it just attached with a Technic pins, similar to how Hogwarts expansion system sets work today. So I think B tier is a very fair placement. Then we're moving on to, let's move on to 2018 with the Great Hall set. I think this is certainly S tier. And I'm going to put it here ahead of the motorized 2004 set. I think for £90, $100, I think you're getting one of the most well-rounded LEGO Harry Potter sets we've seen. It's sort of similar to the 2010 Hogwarts Castle where it's at a similar price point and you're just getting a lot for your money. We got 10 unique minifigures when this set came out. 10 unique minifigures. I know a couple of them aren't exclusive anymore, but when this set came out, it was just the perfect Harry Potter set, and it was a perfect section of Hogwarts Castle to build. And for Harry Potter fans who are, casual LEGO fans, it's sort of a perfect set for them to buy because they can buy it for a small chunk of money and, basically reminisce in those Harry Potter memories and build this set and display it on your bedside cabinet. It's not a very big set. It's just a really, really nice set. And it's definitely S tier for me. Then we go to 2018 again. We have the Whomping Willow. I think this set, I'm going to put it behind the Battle of Hogwarts set from 2010. I think this was a decent set. It came with Filch, who actually was exclusive to this set up until this year. So he was exclusive for nearly 4 years. We got the Ford Anglia, and I think the Ford Anglia in this set is actually better than the Ford Anglia we got in the Full Privet Drive set. But the actual Hogwarts build itself wasn't too great. I suppose the focus is the Whomping Willow, but you know, it's a nice set to expand on the Great Hall, but it was definitely second best to that Great Hall set. The Great Hall set was just fantastic. Then we have the 2019 Hogwarts Clocktower set. I feel, you know, I'm going to move these down one because I think that's fair. I'm going to put I want to put the Clocktower behind the 2001 version. I think the issue with this set, the 2019 Clocktower set, was because the minifigures and the set itself was too Christmas focused. You know, the minifigures are all basically based on the Yule Ball, which having one or two minifigures based on that scene is okay, but when the entire minifigure collection in a set is based on the Yule Ball, and the interior of the whole set is all Christmassy, and we got obviously the Christmas tree and the tables and stuff, it was just too much focus on that one scene, which only lasted 5 minutes in the entire franchise, yet we're having a whole Hogwarts Castle expansion based on that one scene. It just seemed a bit too much. So I'm going to put the 2019 Clocktower here, the gift of purchases below, because I think at beta they're a bit too high. But yeah, we'll do that. The room of requirements. It's going to go D. This set isn't terrible, but just comparing it to some of these other sets, it's definitely not that great. The minifigures are quite cool, but the set itself is so lackluster. It's essentially a wall. You're paying $20 for a wall, and I understand it's $20, but you know, it's just not a very substantial set. What is a substantial set for $20 is the Polyjuice Potion Mistake set, which is certainly an A tier set. This set was $20, and we got 230 odd pieces, which is really good value for money. We got 4 unique minifigures, and we got obviously unique pieces as well, sort of with like the potions and stuff like that. We got a golden figure, and I just think this set for $20 was really substantial compared to the Room of Requirement set. And it was actually more expensive in the UK, the Room of Requirement set. The Room of Requirement set was £20, and the Polyjuice Potion Mistake set was only £18. So it was actually a bit cheaper, and I felt you got a lot more. And obviously this was an expansion set, so it could fit in with your other Hogwarts expansions, which I guess this version, this 2019 Room of Requirement set, was an expansion as well, but you know, it didn't really look that good from the back or the front, so it was actually the case of we didn't actually want to put it into your Hogwarts expansion system. Yeah, so we then have the 2020 Astronomy Tower set. Now this is an A tier set as well in my opinion. I think the build was really, really good from the exterior. I love the mixture use of the sand green disc pieces at the bottom of the turrets with the dark bluish grey roofs. I think that combination works really well. The issue with this set, it was primarily based on Slughorn's Party. Again, having an entire Hogwarts expansion set based on a 5-minute scene in the film, it wasn't even 5 minutes to be honest, a minute and a half scene in the film is a bit disappointing. But from the exterior, it is a fantastic set, and you know, we get the greenhouse and stuff like that. We get a lot of unique minifigures. It's definitely a good quality set, and actually I might put it ahead of the Polyjuice Potion Mistake set. So yeah. Then we have the worst LEGO Harry Potter set of all time, which was the Fluffies Encounter set. There's so many issues with this set. From the exterior, it looks like a 4+ set. The Fluffy had 3 different sort of looks on their faces, because obviously it had 3 heads. One of them was like half asleep, one of them was fully awake, and one of them was fast asleep, so it just didn't make any sense. And the body, the brick-built body, didn't look good either. The harp was 2 tones between bright yellow and pearl gold, which made no sense. And this set was basically just sort of useless, and in the 2 configurations you can display it as, you either had to have the trapdoor above the Devil's Snare, which you can basically configure this set in that way, but that means you'd have to put the classroom off to the side because it would have no place to sit in that sort of configuration, or you could display it how it is on the box, where the Devil's Snare is off to the side and is actually above the trapdoor, which again geographically made no sense. So this set was just a nightmare in my opinion, and I've actually done a rant video on why I hate this set, which I'll link down in the description below if you want to watch that. But yeah, I really don't like this Hogwarts expansion set at all. Another set in 2021 was the Chamber of Secrets set. I really enjoyed the set. I'm going to put it ahead of the 2004. Wait, I don't know. Do I put it ahead of the Great Hall? No, it's going to stay there. It's going to stay third. It's not ahead of the 2018 Great Hall set, because I think what really lets the set down is the lack of depth, really, from the exterior and the interior, which the Great Hall set beats it on. But I think the minifigure selection for this set and the Basilisk was just absolutely fantastic. I also love the fact that this set is basically a recreation of that 2001 Hogwarts Castle set. It looks very, very similar. It's just a modern take on it. I really love the idea of this 20th anniversary. I know it's a very controversial opinion. A lot of people don't like the whole 20th anniversary mood and aesthetic style of these sets because it's a bit more childish, but I really like it, and I really love this Chamber of Secrets set, and it's definitely one of my favourite LEGO Harry Potter sets ever made. Then we get onto our last 2021 set, which was the Flying Lesson. I thought this set was okay. I'm going to put it at the top of C tier. This was a Hogwarts expansion set. It was a decent price. The minifigure selection was disappointing because we don't get Harry in this set, which made no sense because Harry is an instrumental part of the scene. I mean, I know we get a million different Harrys anyway, so it's not a big deal, but I just thought the minifigure selection was a bit weird on this set. But it's an okay set, it's nothing spectacular, and that's exactly why it's going in C tier. Then we move on to 2022 with the Winter Wave Hospital Wing Clock Tower set. This set, I'm going to put it at the top of C tier again, ahead of the Flying Lesson. I think it's a decent set. I have made an expansion basically to make the set better. Again, I'll put a link for that in the description down below if you want to watch that and get the instructions for it. But basically I bought two of these sets to make it more substantial and to add a different floor below it. Because this is like a snippet from the very top of Hogwarts Castle. That's why there is no exterior door. And it just seems a bit lackluster for that $50 price point. I think they should have made this $80 and made this set a lot bigger. I think that would have gone down well. The minifigures are good. I do like the fact we're getting Madame Pomfrey, but again, it just feels a bit meh for me overall. Then we have the 2022 Sirius's Encounter set, which again isn't a good set. I'm going to put it second to bottom. This set was an absolute rip-off, by the way. At $50, we only got 300 odd pieces. The interior of the set was so lackluster. Like, we literally got nothing in the interior. We got a table and that is it. The prison cell can barely fit a minifigure inside of it, and considering the prison cell is meant to be Professor Flitwick's classroom, the fact that it's only like 1.5 studs deep is just hilarious. There's just not that much positive stuff to say about this set. It's just not that interesting for $50. There's so many better $50 sets, like the recent Hungarian Horntail set. I'd rather go with that than this for $50, 100% if I'm going to recommend one. It's not as bad as the Fluffy's Encounter set, but it's not a good set. Then we have finally the Summer Wave Dumbledore's Office set from this year. I'm thinking it's going to go average. It's better than the Hospital Wing. Is it better than the Clock Tower? No, it's going to go at the bottom of B tier. It is just an average LEGO Harry Potter Hogwarts Castle set. The interior, again, is really substantial in the first 2 floors, but then the top 2 floors, there's basically nothing in it. It's real lackluster. We get a pensive and a Sword of Gryffindor, and that is all we get in the very top 2 floors. I think this set should have been another $10, $20, and we've got some more substantial builds like the gargoyle, which can because the gargoyle was in the set, but it was in the form of a sticker, which is such a cop-out. I just wish they built it brick built and not actually just used a sticker, because that was just a real cheap way to implement it into the set. And you basically accessed the office via no way. There's no spiral staircase, and when you go through the gargoyle, which you can't because it's not even a doorway, it's just like a sticker on the side of a wall, behind that wall is the library. So it just makes absolutely no sense. It's such a disappointing implementation of the stone gargoyle, and the fact we don't get a spiral staircase like we did in the 2002 Dumbledore's office set, again, is really disappointing. But it's not a bad set. It looks decent from the outside, from the exterior, and we get some decent minifigures. So yeah, it's definitely just sort of an average Hogwarts Castle set. But that is my ranking on all the LEGO Harry Potter Hogwarts Castle sets. I'll leave a link to where you can do this tier list yourself down below. I want to see where your rankings are. Make sure to send me them on Instagram, which, you know, all my socials will be down below as well, or on my Discord server. So that's going to be it for this video. I'll catch you tomorrow for another LEGO Harry Potter video. I'll see you there.